want to show you how to stack a cake. I have a fondant cake here, has ganache underneath, and it has already been decorated. What you're going to need is, I like having a sharp steak knife, just regular scissors, and the Wilton metal spatula is what I like to use to lift the cakes. These have sat in the fridge overnight, so they're nice and firm. They have some color on them, so they're a little sticky, but for the most part you can pick them up and touch the sides without damaging them. So what you're going to do is take the bottom layer. So if this is a 3-tier cake, you take the biggest layer and you take the size of the next layer of a cake round, so it fits on top, and you're going to center it in the middle of the bottom tier. Just eyeball it and take your knife and you're going to trace it. So then you can insert the support systems right underneath the cardboard of the next layer. And then you're just going to make an X in the center, so then you can put the long support that goes through the next layer. Okay, I like to use, they're called boba straws, and they're basically slushy straws. I got mine off of Amazon. They're way cheap. You can get like 2,000 for 10 bucks, but they're really strong. And what I like about them is the wooden dowels move easy in the cake, and they also seem to, I don't know how to describe it. Like when you're moving in the car, it ruins the cake inside and makes it less sturdy. So that's why I like the boba straws. So you go ahead and put the long one in, and you're going to stick it all the way down until it's flat. You can't go anymore. Make sure it stands straight up. Okay, so it's not leaning. And this one you're not going to cut, you're going to keep it because it's going to go through the center of this top one. The rest of them, you're going to start and put it as close to that line that you made as possible. And then you're going to trim it to the height that you want. Push it down. Then you're going to take, this is the secret to make it even, you're going to take the remainder of that first straw and line it up with your second. And that way all of the straws are the same length, and so it's even. These might go flying, just a warning. And then you do the opposite side, as close to that line as you can get. And you take the spare, do it with the next one, you keep doing it. Use more support straws than you think you'll need. And then just make a square, so one on each of the opposite sides. So you can kind of see how that is in a square. Then you're going to do the opposite in between each. You're still going to line them up so they're all the same size. I've seen tutorials where they just put the straw in and trim it to the top of the cake, but I found that my cakes are usually not quite even, And so that causes my tier to be skewampus, and then you can totally see it once it's stacked in it. So I found this is the way to make it even, at least for me. Okay, now you can see that it goes in a circle all the way around. Now we're gonna make an inner circle with straws. I've also found it's easier to stack on a turntable, because then you don't have to try and get your fingers under the cake to move it. Pretty much anything having to do with cakes is easier on a turntable. Took me a while to figure that one out too. Okay, this will be the last one. So you can see you have an outer circle and an inner circle, and for the most part they're evenly spaced. I mean, it doesn't really matter the pattern that you use. This is just what works for me. There you go. Okay. So there's the supports in there. Now you're going to take your Wilton spatula and you're going to put the edge underneath the top tier. If you're working with buttercream, I like to either refrigerate or freeze my top tier so I can touch it without ruining it. And underneath you'll see there's a hole. You're going to center that and put it over the center of the support straw. You'll see it just glides right down. And there you have your stacked